Something interesting happened while I was writing a research methods paper recently. The assignment was simple: review an academic article about emotion in research. But halfway through writing it, a different question appeared. Not about research, about knowledge itself. In academic traditions, research is often presented as neutral, objective, rational. The researcher observes, collects data, analyzes evidence, and arrives at conclusions. But the article I was reviewing suggested something different. Researchers frequently experience emotional reactions during fieldwork: empathy, discomfort, surprise, and yet those moments rarely appear in the final academic writing. That raises a curious question. If emotion already exists in research, then the real issue may not be whether emotion belongs in research. The real question may be, how do researchers account for the influence of their own experience? Because research is not conducted by machines. It is conducted by human beings. And once you notice this, something larger appears. The same tension exists in many systems. Courts present themselves as neutral. Policy institutions claim to follow objective evidence. Academic work often speaks in the language of detached analysis. But behind those systems are people, interpreting evidence, making judgments, responding to what they encounter. Neutrality, in many cases, may not describe how knowledge is actually produced. It may describe how knowledge is presented, a kind of performance, a way systems signal credibility. But emotion sometimes tells us something important. Moments of surprise or discomfort often signal that our own understanding is shifting, that we are encountering something that challenges our assumptions. In learning, those moments are often where real insight begins. So the question becomes larger. If interpretation is unavoidable, then the challenge may not be eliminating human influence. The challenge may be accounting for it transparently. In research, in leadership, in institutions. And this matters because interpretation does not stop at knowledge. Interpretation shapes decisions. Every policy decision, every legal judgment, every institutional action begins with someone interpreting what they believe the evidence means. So the way we produce knowledge quietly shapes the way decisions are made. Perhaps neutrality was never a true foundation of knowledge. Perhaps transparency is, because knowledge does not emerge from detached observers alone. It emerges from the encounter between experience, interpretation, and reflection. And at the moment we recognize that, we may begin designing systems that acknowledge the human dimensions of understanding. Because every decision system ultimately rests on one thing: how humans interpret what they see.